Shen is Djed's reserve token. It is the token responsible for securing the protocol and making sure that there is enough ADA in the collateral to maintain the peg of Djed and to repay Djed holders whenever they want to burn their Djed. Naturally, by doing that, Shen holders take on more risk in terms of the Djed stablecoin mechanism, and as such, they are rewarded with the fees of the protocol that can sum up to pretty interesting returns. In addition, they also benefit from increases in the price of Shen that are related with increases in the price of ADA and also with the dynamics and the fees inside the protocol. Well, Djed has been live for around 3 months, as well as Shen, but how much exactly has Shen yielded? What were the returns and the rewards associated with holding Shen? Is the API in these first 3 months worth it? And what should you expect moving forward for the rest of the year? Well, that's what we're going to dive deeper into this video, so stick around. As always, nothing in this video is financial advice, only educational content. And first of all, if you want to learn more about Djed and Shen, learn how the mechanism works, how the peg of Djed is sustained, and also how Shen holders are rewarded in the process, I'll leave here at the top a video diving deeper into that specific topic, a video with some very great visuals explaining everything. And I do think it's one of the easiest ways I've seen out there to understand this topic. So yeah, don't forget to watch it whenever you have time, maybe after this video finishes. So Djed has launched now more than 3 months ago, and so far it's been working as it is supposed to. The peg is being sustained with the typical fluctuations that are normal for algorithmic stablecoins, where there is a mechanism and there is space and room from some price fluctuations. These fluctuations are also related with the fees, with the process of burning and minting Djed. But yeah, as you can see here in this graph, it's been keeping the peg in a sustained way and always around the $1 mark. On the other hand, here we have the price of Shen that has fluctuated between the 32 cents mark and the 52 cents mark. And it's right now at 50 cents, and it's extremely close to its all-time highs. Djed has currently a reserve ratio of 397%, with over 38 million ADA locked in the protocol, and an equivalent of 60 million and 800 dollars locked in the protocol to secure right now for $1,200,000 in circulating supply. So a lot of over collateralization as it is supposed to. And if you look at it, it's interesting to see that, for example, yesterday I was doing the research for this video, or 2 days ago, something like that, and we had a 494% reserve ratio. So just see how it went. And we had only 36 million ADA locked, so a lot of Djed has been acquired to a point that right now it's not possible to mint more Djed or burn Shen because we are not in the healthy collateralization ratio that is between 400% and 800%. So yeah, if you want to know more about that, that's related with the dynamics, and it will be in the video here at the top that I've talked to you about. Looking here at DeFi Llama, we can also see that Djed is currently the 4th protocol with the highest total value locked in the Cardano blockchain. But now that we've established some interesting metrics and seen how the protocol is looking, it's important to dive deeper and see how it has performed in the last 3 months, especially on the Shen side, and what were the returns and rewards for Shen holders in these first 3 months. And for that, we have here a great article from Cody. Here in this article, for which we'll leave the link in the description, we can see that during this period, more than 104,000 ADA has been distributed to Shen holders as delegation rewards, okay? And this reflects an API of around 4.3% annual rewards or annual API. Considering that the ADA annual staking rewards average around 3.19% per year, as you can see here, in the Staking Rewards website, this 4.3%, it's something a little bit better, which I think is positive. But however, not that significant if you think about it, considering the amount of risk we are taking on. So yeah, just from the ADA rewards, you get slightly higher rewards than just delegating to a stake pool. However, I think it's important to notice that delegating your Cardano, your ADA, is non-custodial, and there is no risk. You keep your coins in your wallet. While here, you're locking your ADA into the protocol, into the smart contract, and besides risks associated with bugs in the smart contract, here you also have the risk of having a bank run in Djed and basically having your ADA there locked as collateral and without being able to burn your Shen to get ADA when the collateral ratio is not healthy, like it's not right now. However, I think it's important to notice that this was not the only reward that Shen holders got. There was also the price appreciation of Shen during this period. Shen appreciated around 5%, as we can see here on the platform, as a result of the fees collected. So considering the fact that the price of ADA has barely changed during this period, providing liquidity to Shen has provided an excess yield over just holding ADA around this 5%. Naturally, all these yields are related with the fees of minting and burning Djed, and as Djed market cap is still very small, with only those 4 billion Djed minted and 16 million in total value locked, the fees are not that significant, okay? But with a larger amount of minting and burning of Djed and more activity overall, and around this Djed stablecoin, naturally the fees will increase as well as the yield, okay? But as you can imagine, there is a lot of mistrust in terms of algorithmic stablecoins, and likely for the beginning of Djed's time, there will be a testing period where people will want to see if it actually stands the test of time. And naturally, of course, if you could have Djed in centralized exchanges with pairs, trading pairs, and where you could actually trade Djed, naturally the demand will be completely different. And there will be a lot more minting and burning, I would say. So summing everything up, we had around 1% yield in 3 months just from the ADA rewards. And then we also had 5% that are related with the price appreciation and the fees. If you were to sum all of these up, it translates into a yield of over 6% in these first 3 months. If we were to assume that Djed and Shen would keep growing at this rate, it would reflect in annual rewards of more than 25%, which in that case would be extremely significant, pretty big rewards, especially if you compare it to the base case that is just delegating your ADA, where you get 3.19% per year. So yeah, basically, this is what you would earn just for minting and holding on to your Shen. However, if you're a DeFi user and you're always looking for new ways to optimize your yield, you could deposit your Shen into liquidity pools indexes, such as, for example, MinSwap or Wing Riders, and you could have gained on average a 10% APR in liquidity fees and yield farming rewards during this time period. So overall, if you acquire Shen and provide liquidity with it alongside with the yield farming, in these last 3 months, you would have returns that range from 9 to 10%. And if you annualize these returns, you would have around 40% in annual terms if everything keeps developing as it's going. Of course, naturally, it's important to consider that providing liquidity also opens you up to another layer of risk. You're exposing your funds to another smart contract if you're locking your liquidity tokens to yield farm, and if you're locking your tokens into a pool, so you're doing that even 2 times. And those smart contracts can have issues and bugs, but also you can suffer from impermanent loss. Okay, this is because to provide you liquidity, You'll have to pair your Shen token with some other token on the liquidity pool, and depending on the price fluctuation of each token and how much the price changes from the moment you provided the liquidity and the quantity of tokens available inside the pool, whenever you want to redeem your tokens, you will end up with a higher amount of the less valuable token that is in higher quantity inside the pool. So if the price variation between the tokens was very big, and one, for example, is now much more expensive than the other, then you might in fact suffer a loss and come out with less value in US dollars overall than the value you put in. However, it's important to notice that the fees from providing liquidity combined with the rewards from yield farming should be enough and are usually enough to offset these losses. But all these things to take into consideration before engaging in DeFi. But yeah, I want to know, what do you think? Do you think that this return of Chan is enough to actually incentivize you to mint Chan or buy Chan and support Djed mechanism? Or would you need to see high returns considering all the risks involved? Or maybe you think that Djed is risky. You think that there is a chance that it fails like other algorithmic stablecoins before Djed have failed in the past. If that's a concern you have, then you definitely should watch this video next, where I compare Djed with UST, probably the most famous, the largest, and the most significant algorithmic stablecoin that has failed. And I explain in this video why Djed does not suffer from the same issues and dynamics that were responsible for bringing UST and also Luna down. So yeah, it's definitely a video you should watch, and on my side, I'll see you there.